Sat Keval Sahib, myself Patel Arpita from Param Guru Pasala English Medium School, Sarsa. A warm welcome to all my dear students. Today I am going to discuss for Standard 6 Geography, Chapter number 1, The Earth in the Solar System. Again I am repeating the name of the unit, the Earth in the Solar System. Now I am going to give introduction of this unit. Have you ever noticed sky after sunset? How wonderful it is to watch the sky after sunset. One would first notice one or two bright dots shining in the sky. Soon you would see the number increasing. You cannot count them any more. The whole sky is filled with shining objects. Some are bright, others dim. It seems as if the sky is studded with diamonds. They all appear to be twinkling. But if you look at them carefully, you will notice that some of them do not twinkle as others do. They simply glow without any flicker, just as the moon shines. Now look at the image. You can see phases of the moon. Along with these bright objects, you may also see the moon on most of the days. It may, however, appear at different times, in different shapes, and at different positions. You can see the full moon only once in about a month's time. It is full moon night and also called Purnima. A fortnight later, you cannot see it at all. It is a new moon night and also called Amavasya. On this day, you can watch the night sky best, provided it is a clear night. If you look at the sky, you will notice the shape of the moon changes each night. These different views are called the phases of the moon. Now we discuss about phases of the moon. The moon shows 4 different phases. Look at the image. You can see 4 different phases of the moon. First, new moon. We cannot see the moon. Second, first quarter. We can see the right side illuminated. Third, full moon. We can see the whole moon illuminated. And fourth, we can see the left side illuminated. Now we have more information about the moon. The moon is just a very large rock orbiting the earth. It is not like the sun that generates its own light. In fact, the moon does not generate any light at all. The reason we see the moon in the day night is because it reflects the light from the sun. Look at the image. This is the image of full moon night. It is also called Purnima. Now we discuss about celestial bodies. Before we discussing celestial body, look at the image. This is the image of new moon light and it is also called Amavasya. Now we discuss about celestial bodies. Do you know why cannot we see the moon and all those bright tiny objects during daytime? It is because the very bright light of the sun does not allow us to see all these bright objects of the night sky. The sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Again, I am repeating this define. The sun, the moon, and all those objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. Now, we discuss about stars. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light, which they emit in large amounts. These celestial bodies are called stars. The sun is a star. Again, I am repeating. Some celestial bodies are very big and hot. They are made up of gases. They have their own heat and light, which they emit in large amounts. These celestial bodies are called stars. The sun is a star. Countless twinkling stars in the sky are similar to the sun, but we do not feel their heat or light, and they look so tiny because they are very far from us. Now we discuss about constellation. A constellation is a group of stars which make up imaginary outline or pattern in the night sky. The word constellation comes from Latin con meaning together and stella meaning stars. Some examples of constellations are Ursa, Major, Orion, Leo, Draco, Cancer, etc. You must have noticed that all objects look smaller when seen from a distance. How small an aeroplane looks when it is flying at a great height. While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars. They are called constellations. Again, I am repeating. While watching the night sky, you may notice various patterns formed by different groups of stars. They are called constellations. For your better understanding, let's see more images about constellations. This is the images of constellations. Now we discuss about Ursa Major constellations. The Ursa Major constellation consists of 7 bright stars which are arranged in a pattern resembling somewhat a big pear. The Ursa Major constellation is visible during the summer season. We can locate the position of pole star in the night sky with the help of Ursa Major constellation. The Ursa Major constellation appears to revolve around the pole star in night sky. Now let's see the image of Big Bear. Now we discuss about Saptarishi constellation. One of the most easily recognizable constellation is the Saptarishi. It is a group of 7 stars that forms a part of Ursa Major constellation. For your better understanding, you can see the image of Saptarishi constellation. This is the image of Saptarishi constellation. Now we discuss about pole star. In ancient time, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. It is also called pole star. It always remains in the same position of the pole star with the help of the Saptarishi. Look at the image. You will notice that if an imaginary line is drawn joining the pointer stars and extended further, it will point to the pole star. Now it always remains fixed in the same position in the sky. We can locate the position of the pole star with the help of Saptarishi. Now we discuss about planets. We all know that there are 8 planets. So first question is there, what are planets? So we can say that some celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of the stars. Such bodies are called planets. The word planets come from the Greek word which means wanderers. The earth on which we live is a planet. It gets all heat and light from the sun, which is our nearest star. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. It is a companion of our earth and moves around it. Like our earth, there are other planets that get heat and light from the sun. Now, what is solar system? So, we can say that the sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids from the solar system. We often call it a solar family with the sun as its head. Again, I am repeating: the sun, 8 planets, satellites, and some other celestial bodies known as asteroids and meteoroids from the solar system. We often call it a solar family with the sun as its head. Now, our solar system is made up of the sun, 8 planets, their moons, asteroids, and comets. Look at the image. Now see the image of 8 planets. Let's discuss about 8 planets. So, we can say that there are 8 planets in our solar system. In order of their distance from the Sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Again I am repeating. There are 8 planets in our solar system. In order of their distance from the Sun, they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. An easy way to memorize the name of the planets in order of their distance from the Sun is my very efficient mother just served us nuts. Again I am repeating, my very efficient mother just served as us nuts. So all the 8 planets of the solar system move around the Sun in fixed path. These paths are elongated. They are called orbits. Mercury is nearest to the Sun. It takes only about 88 days to complete one round along its orbit. Venus is considered as Earth's twin because its size and shape are very much similar to that of the Earth. Now look at the image of orbit. Orbit is fixed path on which planets revolve around the Sun. Again I am repeating, orbit is fixed path on which planets revolve around the Sun. Now we discuss about the Sun. The Sun is in the center of the solar system. Again I am repeating, the Sun is in the center of the solar system. It is the heaviest among solar system. It is a ball of hot burning gases. It is the nearest star to the Earth. The light from the Sun takes approximately 8 minutes to reach Earth. It is the source of all energy for life on Earth. About 3/4 of the Sun's mass consists of hydrogen, while the rest is mostly helium. On the Sun's surface, there are dark patches known as sun spots. These are patches of gas that look dark since they are cooler than their surrounding. The Sun is in the center of the solar system. It provides the pulling force that blinds the solar system. The Sun is the illuminate source of heat and light for the solar system, but that tremendous heat is not felt so much by us because Despite being our nearest star, it is far away from us. The sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the earth. Let's know about word meaning. So studded means other small objects. Flicker means shine. Emit means give out heat, otherwise gas. Now, I hope that you understood this unit. Now, remaining part of this unit we will see in next video. Thank you.